We're coming in hot, man. New York right now is
on fire.
I mean, this episode comes out on Sunday, the 20th. So right now, the Yankees are in the playoffs.
That's right.
The Mets are in the playoffs.
That's right.
I'm obviously big Mets.
Yep.
The Liberty are in the finals.
We're about to burn it down.
Yeah. And the Rangers and the Knicks are about to start
the season.
The only teams in New York that are bad are the Giants and the Jets. But the Giants won 2 Super Bowls, so that's fine.
And the Jets got Devontae Adams.
Yeah, they fired their coach and they just got Devontae Adams.
Yeah,
so it's good.
We're on the up and up.
But yeah, where was I? I was recently in Sacramento.
Sacktown.
And I did their morning news show and we were talking about sports. And I was just telling them, New York, like the world is better when New York is winning.
I agree 100%.
And other places feel bad about it. We got a lot of listeners from all over the world, and they're like, oh, why is so much New York? The world is just better when New York is winning.
But the best part about that statement is that like it's a fact, and other people, even other people from other cities, they feel the same. They're like, yo, the NBA is better when the Knicks are playing well. Obviously, like everybody's economy does better when the Yankees and the Mets are doing well. So yeah.
Bro, because the Mets right now, when we're taping this, which is Thursday, the Mets are facing the Dodgers, which has Ohtani, which is a Japanese player and the best maybe player ever.
He hits home runs.
And he does everything. He's just the best at everything. And
crazy.
Even the Japanese are happier, like in New York. Like I went to get sushi and the Japanese were like, hey, and like the Japanese aren't generally like, that's one of my favorite cultures, but they're not the most, welcoming.
Yeah.
It's very like, it's very up and by.
Yes, definitely.
And I went to get sushi and they were like, hey, So it's nice. Like people are just better. I was out because I did Sacramento. Shout out to everyone who came out.
Shout out
to the Sacramento Punchline. We had a good weekend of shows out there. But I was in LA and then I was supposed to fly back home. And then I realized that the Mets were playing the Dodgers. I was in Sacramento and I realized the Mets were playing the Dodgers in Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. So I just was like, yo, let me try to fly to Los Angeles, catch the show. And then I'll just fly back from LA. And it worked out perfectly. Sometimes you plan these things and it don't work out.
It never works out.
It'd be like a delay. Somebody jumped on the track. Somebody passed, so
somebody raw dog in the flight.
Right. So you can't get what you want to get done achieved.
Yeah.
But it worked out flawlessly.
The stars lined up.
Flawlessly.
Yeah.
So Saturday night, I'm in Sacramento and I switched my flight. I had an early flight from Sacramento to Minneapolis, then to New York, because there's no direct flights, Delta, New York to Sacramento. Because Sac is not, that much of an important city like that. Shout out to Sacramento.
Shout out to the Kings.
So I was like, I'm going to switch my flight. I was like, after my show, I'm like, the Mets play tomorrow in Los Angeles. Let me see if I could move my flight to Los Angeles because they played an afternoon game, a 5 p.m. game. I was like, maybe I'll just do my layover in LA. I'll lay over in LA. I'll go to the game, then catch the red eye back to New York. And, normally these things don't work out, but for some reason I had the Lord on my side. Everything worked out. I switched my flight from Sacramento to Los Angeles in the morning. I stood at the airport for like 4 hours. I was like living at the airport because I had nowhere to go.
Here's the most important question. When you were pondering, were you pondering with the stash? Like, while you were thinking about these moves?
Yeah, because normally when I had the beard, I would do the chin.
You did the chin.
Yeah.
With the stash, you have to.
But I do my best thinking when I'm rubbing my upper lip.
Stash. Okay, I'm sorry.
So I switched the flight to the morning. I got on an early flight from Sacramento to LA. I spent like 5 hours at the airport.
Yes.
Then I went from LA and I bought tickets to the game. I refinanced my house.
There you go.
Then I went to the game, watched the Mets get slaughtered, and then hopped on a red eye and came back home. And then I went to the Mets game here yesterday and watched them get slaughtered again.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is. I'm a Mets fan. People be talking to Mets fans like when they lose, like we're not used to losing.
Bro, and you're in the, what is it, the NLCS, right?
Yeah.
So like that's a major accomplishment.
Yeah, I mean, who are you talking to? Like, you're talking about an organization that has grown up as losers.
When's the last time the Mets won?
87.
87. Darryl Strawberry, right?
Yeah, but then they went to the World Series in 2000 and 2015
Subway Series, right?
Yeah.
In 2000.
Yeah.
I was here for that.
Was it 86? It might have been 86.
It was 86. The 86.
Yeah, not 87.
Yeah,
87, they won 100 games again, but they didn't win that year. It was 86.
Yeah, 86.
Doc
Gooden.
By the way, I went out to LA. I went to the Dodger Stadium.
Shout out LA.
Chavez Ravine.
Uh-huh.
I when it get to playoff time and you going into other people's home field with your team gear, that's like going into enemy territory.
Especially a city like LA. You know,
Bro,
they don't do them colors like that, brother.
No, and you know I'm a New York guy, so
Woo.
I show up in there. You mad? I see a group of cholos. By the way, shout out to the cholos.
Shout out to the cholos.
I'm a big fan of like real cholos, not like the ones you see out here, but the West Coast ones that really about that life, because they're really gangster.
Yeah, it's not a game.
No, they really gangster, but they look, it's fun. They got like face tats. They got the button up all the way to the top.
With the braids.
Yeah, it's fun. It's nice.
Some Chucks, right? Is it
Right,
Chucks?
yeah, Chuck Taylors. It's cool. So I'm at the Dodgers game. I'm at the Dodgers game with my Met gear, bro, and I see like a group of cholos looking at me, and they didn't say anything. Like, I think they might have just said, "What's up, SA?"
Yeah, what's up, Puto?
But what I heard was, you ever got your shit pushed in?
Yo, they
like
took
training
it to
day. Yeah, that's what I heard. I was like, all right, I'ma just chill.
Yeah.
I was quiet the
and
whole
you
time.
don't know too, right?
Bro, I was by myself. I was just silent the whole time. I ain't say one peep. I think by the end of the game, I was cheering for the Dodgers. I was so uncomfortable.
They
there.
converted you.
Bro, they was all looking at me like this, like clap one time. We slicing you right now. And I'm trying to like speak Spanish. I'm trying to relate, like,
what's up,
Latino
Vato?
heat, I'm saying all the things.
That wasn't
But
flying.
no, it was not. But then I came back to New York, and yesterday I went to the Met game here, and I'm like, yo, when you in your own territory, it's fine.
Different. It's different.
You can say whatever.
Yeah,
I was looking at Dodgers fans like, what's up now? And they're like, who are you? I don't even have any. But I'm like, what now? What about the cholos in LA? And they was like, what? I'm from Bronx. I'm like, all right, bet.
I'm from Albuquerque.
But hopefully they win tonight, or
What game is it? What game is it?
Tonight's game 4.
Game 4?
Game
but
4.
It's 2-1 or?
It's 2-1.
Yeah.
But they got to win tonight to tie it up.
Let's tie it up. I think we could do it.
And the Yankees are 2-0. And they're playing right now.
Woo!
Cleveland. It could be a Subway Series. If you're from New York right now and you're not cheering for a Subway Series, I want this to be clear. If you're from New York City, right, and you're not cheering for a Subway Series, I want you to take a step back, look in the mirror, and that is exactly what a hater looks like.
Hate.
You are a hater. Regardless of whether you like the Mets or like the Yankees, how could you not, as a New Yorker, how could you not want to say, screw the rest of the country, let the 2 New York teams play, and the rest of the country watch?
This is a big example of whether I win or lose. I win because it's New York.
Right.
We won a Subway Series.
I mean, granted, the Yankees play the Mets. I might smack a Yankee fan in the back of the head.
That's crazy. That's the Bronx.
But it's still New York versus New York. How could you not be cheering for that? You want New York to play Los Angeles? I mean, I like LA too. That's like my second home.
Shout out.
I like the Dodgers too. But it's New
York.
York.
In Brooklyn.
It's New York. How could you not want it to be New York versus New York?
I think if it's a Subway Series and if the Liberty pull it off, it's going to be raining bacon, egg, and cheeses and Tim's, and we're going to be lit.
Right. I mean, and the Knicks start next week.
Shout out to the comment heads, you heard?
Is New York over everything,
bro?
Can I ask you guys, because I'm not from here, like if you were, like I know it's a geographical difference, but how would you sum up the difference between Yankees and Mets fans in like energy?
Well, the Yankees are one of the top 3 probably most annoying fans in the world, I would say.
Whoa.
They're spoiled. They were born, like the Yankees, like people who are Yankees fans, especially from our generation, they saw the Yankees in the 90s, and the Yankees in the 90s had a huge powerhouse where
Best
they just
thing ever.
won.
Derek
they just constantly
Jeter.
won. Now they haven't won since 2007, which is,
Was it 7 or 8?
2009. 9. Yeah. 2009.
You've been in the ballpark.
Boston won 2007.
Yeah.
No, they haven't won since 2009. So,
we have a lot of cash.
But the Yankees, I'll admit they're one of the best sports franchises
ever
in the world. In that they win a lot. They win a lot. They haven't been good recently, but they win a lot. And
Mets fans are just more humble vibes.
Oh, I mean, Mets fans. I saw that there was this thing that went viral where it's like, I find that Mets fans are generally better people because I don't like people that are just so addicted to winning, because life is not about winning. Life is about losing and knowing how to handle your losses gracefully. And then sometimes you win, right? But you need to be able to handle losses. And when you cheer for a team like the Mets, all we do is lose.
That I would say that I would equate a Mets fan to a sadomasochist. Right? Those are the ones who like pain. It's just pain on pain on pain.
Well, I think it's just character building. I think we have better character.
Okay.
I mean, just look at it as far as life goes. Who would you rather be around? Somebody who's been through some type of struggle or animosity, or somebody who's just used to winning? I equate Yankee fans to people who come from money. It's like there was no struggle here.
Grit.
There's no grit here. Met fans, when they win, like I've spent over $2,000 on Mets tickets in the last 2 weeks, and I don't have it. I don't.
But that's
have
neither
it.
here nor there.
No, I don't have it. I'm thinking about starting a Patreon or OnlyFans. I need to pay this money back. However, as a Met fan, I don't know the next time I'll be here.
Yeah.
Touche.
You have to appreciate, we're just not a team that's there every year.
Once in a lifetime.
Yeah, so when you're there, it means something to us.
Yeah.
And I look at fans of like the Yankees where I'm like, you're just born into wealth.
Yeah.
You're just born into money. It means nothing to you. It's like rich kids.
I hear you. That's like when the Bengals went to the Super Bowl and we played LA. Like we created a regional cream cheese shortage. Like that's how many dips were being made. That's how much it meant to us. And then LA, like I feel like that Super Bowl didn't mean anything to them like a couple of years ago. So that's why it stung even more.
Yeah. Well, LA is not like a big football town.
So I was like, why are we even here? Like you guys don't even need to win. But that was, in my opinion, the best halftime show with like Snoop and Dr. Dre, Mary J. Blige.
Yeah.
I digress.
Kendrick.
Anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good halftime.
That was a great
show.
halftime.
But yeah, I would say those are the major two differences between I don't know. Every time like somebody tells me like they're like when people say they're a Yankee fan, I just be like, you have no like
you have no culture.
No grit. Yeah, like there's no struggle there.
Yeah.
Like people like you tell me you're a Yankee fan, I could tell you what teams you like across the board. Like Yankee fans are usually fans of like the Lakers also.
Totally.
Like when they were in their dynasty.
Or the Patriots.
Or the Patriot. Like they just like I'm talking generally.
You're going too far.
No, I'm talking generally. They just like the team that just wins. And they'll be like, this is my team.
That's only if you're a Yankee fan from outside of New York. There's no way you can equivalate being a Yankee fan and liking the Patriots. That is an automatic, like, no.
There's no crossover.
Hell no.
Yeah. I mean, I know, I legitimately know Yankee fans who are liked the Patriots. They don't know more because the Patriots don't win.
They're crazy.
Yeah, so now they just find a new team that wins.
Are they from New York? Because there's no way.
Bro, I mean, Yankee fans, if you ask a Yankee fan, their favorite team is usually the team that's winning across all the sports.
Then they're not a real Yankee.
Which is like, okay, a Yankee fan might be like, oh, I don't have a team right now, but I like LeBron when LeBron's making it to the finals every year.
Or they like Detroit the last season for football.
Yeah. They just find whatever team, and if it's not a team, they'll just find whatever player's dominating, and they'll be like, this is my favorite player. And they'll just be like, oh yeah, we're winners. And it's like, all right, well, I could just pick the best team too. Like that doesn't show culture. I could just be like, I'm a fan of the team that won the championship last year.
Yeah. Okay.
That doesn't show culture.
That's fair.
But nonetheless, New York versus New York is still a good thing because we show the rest of the country that we're the city and state that really matters.
I feel like we're the capital of the world. Like everybody comes to New York to discover themselves. We live in a very I feel like we live in a theme park, honestly. It's like crazy. Every city, every different borough is a ride. Every different, even neighborhood has something different to offer. Everybody comes to New York. They got songs made about New York. Shout out to Jay-Z and Alicia Keys, Frank Sinatra. Everybody come. No, I do a lot of bar mitzvahs. I do a lot of weddings. And like they always want to end it with New York. It's just like a dream to be here.
I mean, the Jewish, they definitely love New York. But I think everyone does. But I'm also, like as a traveling person, I also love other cities. I don't want to make it seem like I'm so like New York. I was New York, you cheering for your team or whatever, but I'll probably move out of New York.
Where's your favorite city outside of New York?
I don't know.
Outside of LA. Like, where's your favorite sleeper city?
I don't know if I like favorites, but I always have a good time in like Washington, D.C.
Shout out D.C.
I like Chicago.
Shout out Chi-Town.
I like Miami. I like Vancouver.
New Orleans, I think is so slept on.
I've never been to the NOB.
You think New Orleans is slept on?
Yes, not just for like, because I think people think of it as like Vegas or Miami, where yes, like it's an insane party scene, but like the food is crazy, the music is good, the parks are beautiful. Like I think you could live there and have an awesome life outside of the like Bourbon and Frenchman Street of it all, but it's a gorgeous. and a good vibe.
I've never been. I still have to go.
Carmen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think people know about New Orleans. I think.
Okay, well, you just need Miami, Chicago. We're in the same category.
I know, but I didn't say they were slept on.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine.
I didn't say they were slept on.
Cincinnati, I'll plug it.
Shout out.
Yeah, see, that's a
there you
sleeper.
go.
People be like,
Shout
for
out
real?
Cincy.
Cincinnati?
Yeah.
Slept on.
Shout
But
out
saying
Cincy.
that NOLA has good restaurants, I think people are.
Have
It's
known
pretty
about it
well
for a
known.
while.
That's documented.
Would
Yeah.
Nashville be considered a sleeper city?
Nashville was, but I think now it's pretty predominant.
popping now,
It's
right?
the number one city for bachelorette parties and bachelor.
Yeah.
Overtook Vegas.
Yeah.
Have you done a bachelorette
I got one coming up next year there.
in Nashville?
Yeah.
Oh, cliche.
I know. That's the thing about bachelorette parties now is it's like Nashville, Scottsdale. I feel
Arizona?
like
Scottsdale's big.
Oh,
Scottsdale,
huge.
Really?
yeah.
For the bachelorette
Yeah.
party?
because you
That's
get like
so
a
big.
huge house with a pool,
Yeah.
and then you do one night out at the clubs, and then
Okay.
like a day where everybody hikes in like a yoga set. Like I can
Yeah.
already lay out the
You
agenda.
already know the agenda.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
rinse and repeat. And Nashville's the same. One day you're
Yeah.
gonna drink on the
On
biking,
the bikes. Yeah.
go to the country music bar and kiss a cowboy. It's gonna happen.
It's very funny seeing a lot of like middle-aged women riding on the bike, listening to Back That Ass Up. I saw that the first time I went to Nashville, and I was just like, oh, this really is a thing. Like day drinking. It's 2 p.m. I'm out. I'm on a work trip. We went out for lunch, and like all I hear is Cash Money Records taking over for the 99 and the 2000. You see, it's just like Becky, Stacy, and drinking the beer towel. It's just like, oh, okay.
No, yeah. I mean, I do shows in these cities, and a lot of times that's my fear that they're gonna be like, let's go out to celebrate at a show. And I don't like. I mean, bachelorette parties in general, they're not good energy for shows. I think
Why? Because they're just
rowdy.
too drunk.
they're rowdy, they're
Yeah.
drunk, they want to make it about them.
They're
wanna
not
argue.
there for comedy.
No,
yeah.
although I will say I've done shows where literally the show, like we're backstage and it's like a bachelorette party of like 25 and they're doing, they're swinging dildos around the air.
Dildo straw.
Yeah, they're doing shots out of a dick. They're doing all
Yeah.
the things. And then the show starts and they're just quiet, watch the show, enjoyed the show, and the show ends and they're back to partying. And
Probably
I'm
because they're fucked. They're the perfect level of drunk where they're
Yeah.
like, this is a dark cold.
I'm like,
room.
you girls are doing it right. I
Yeah.
remember I did this one, and after they came up to me, and they were doing, like, because bachelorettes, they play games, right?
Yeah.
They're like, I don't know what's it called, but it was like, I guess dares, where like, and they dare each other to do
Like
like
challenges
whatever you
and
get in the
stuff.
card, you got to do it. Like kiss a strange man, or grab a comedian's penis. You
I
know,
knew that was coming.
all these things.
Yeah.
So all the girls, like at the end of the show, I was like the only guy left because everyone had things. So they were just making all their things come
About
true
you.
on me. Like they were doing all their challenges on me.
You with your therapy face. You were the perfect target.
Yeah. So they would like randomly like they'll kiss me on the cheek or like
They ran a train on you?
take a hug or hug a comedian, something like that.
How terrible for you.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, I mean
Sometimes it's terrible.
that only works one way, right? Like you can't,
Yeah.
you can't go on a bachelor party and start daring your boys to kiss a random stranger and think you're not going to end up in prison.
Or
Period.
60 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of the perks.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, God.
I'm definitely on the bandwagon for the New York Liberty, though. Like, I want them to win. This will be their first championship. Staying on the New York topic, this will be their first championship. My boy Gabe actually designed one of the jerseys for the mascot. No, that's what they call it, the jersey. And he's all over, what is it? What's the one, Sports Illustrated on Vogue? Because she's like a big story now. So I think that's popping. And then what's her name? Sabrina, I can't pronounce her last name. Ionescu?
The player who
That
made
sounds-
the
Who made the
shot.
three, the clutch three. She's
Yeah.
big out here. We got to all make sure we get her jersey. We got to support.
Period.
Yeah,
gotta
no,
support the Liberty.
shout out to New York sports. They're definitely
Yes.
killing it. What's up, adulterers? Real quick, I want to remind you guys, get your tickets for December 21st. I'm filming my third stand-up special at LPR in the West Village. Tickets are moving. I already got the thumbs up from a bunch of big people that are coming out. So don't forget to get your tickets. Don't miss out. They're right now live at ianlaralive.com. Get your tickets. I want to see you there, adulterers. I got a couple dates left before I film the special. I'm going to be in Greenville, South Carolina on November 1st and the 2nd. I'm at the Punchline in Houston on November 7th through the 9th. I'm in Springfield, Massachusetts, November 22nd to the 23rd, and at the Tempe Improv from the 29th to the 1st. Come check me out. Tickets are at ianlaralive.com. This is the last time I'm coming through these cities on this tour before I film the special and it's out to the world. So come check me out, ianlaralive.com.
Absolutely.
Welcome back to the Adulthood Podcast. This
Hey.
is volume 80. Damn, 80.
Hey, 80
It's a big age.
Congrats.
Coming at you Sunday, October 20th. If you want to give us a call, leave a message. You got the phone numbers 347-378-9423. If you're listening to this, give us a thumbs up on the YouTube, comment, tell us what you think about the episode, or if you have anything to say, comment it on the YouTube page or on the Instagram page. Send us a DM. We love hearing from all of the adulterers. We had a call.
Smash that like button.
Yeah, we got a message from somebody. So it says, hey, Adulthood, I listen to you guys every week. I love your podcast. Question for you guys. What do you do when a guy you are dating shows you a photo and there's a guy in the photo you once mess around with?
Ooh.
Do you ask about the guy?
I like
do you
this.
tell the guy? Or do you just say that's cool? Obviously,
That's cool.
I didn't know the two guys knew each other. Just my luck. But this is so healthy and beautiful. I don't want to ruin this. Let me know your thoughts. How do I respond to that?
Spicy picante.
Well, this actually something similar has happened to me before. Not on my end, but a girl that I used to date, she told me that her boyfriend at the time had sent her a video of my stand-up saying how funny I was.
Whoa.
Like he sent her like a clip of me saying how funny I was. And I asked her, I said, so how, what'd you say? Like, how'd you play it or whatever? Cause we dated for like some time. So I was like, so what'd you say? And she was like, I was just like, ha ha. And I just changed the conversation.
Damn.
But in that situation, I don't think she has to tell him, right? Cause it's like, why would he, I'm not gonna tell, like, how would he ever find out?
Maybe he listens to the podcast.
But I didn't say her name or anything.
Also, you've kind of got a bit of like performer energy going on that's not happening here. Like he found you performing online.
Right,
that's a clip that like you're just in the public sphere.
Right.
This is like two people
Right.
on a vacation together
Yeah.
potentially.
That's happened to me several times, and I think I care more about my art than I do about anything else. Because every time I'm always like, listen, hold on to that guy because he sounds like a good dude.
Yeah.
This guy, he obviously has great taste, and he obviously wants to do well by you because he's sending you funny material for you to laugh at and enjoy your day. So this is a guy you should probably treat well.
He has good taste.
Yeah.
I also want to say of this message, I'm like, no matter how it goes, at least she has the written record of that to show she like thought about it. It was sitting on her conscience.
yeah,
So I'm like,
very
even if
true.
it blows up in her face, at least she gave it some thought.
See, you bring up a great point here, Carmen, because eventually the guy's gonna find out and break up with her. And when he does, this, you can let him hear this part of the podcast and be like, look, I was already thinking about you.
Yeah.
Like I just didn't know how to do it. And he's obviously gonna reply, leave me alone, you're for the streets. But at least you yourself can feel good about it, knowing that you did try to do what was better.
The right thing. And honestly, it depends on like how serious you're trying to take this relationship. Because if you're trying to
She
take
loves it. She's trying to take it seriously.
She's trying to take it seriously.
Yeah.
Just be upfront.
Yeah.
And you got to be.
You have to be.
Yeah, you got to be
You gotta tell
upfront.
him.
You got to be upfront, knowing that it can go either way, and be okay with how it's gonna go. Because it could just be like, oh, okay, everybody has a past. You know what I mean? And if it's like, if it was just like a thing, if it was a fling or something, just be upfront. But like, I'm intentional about you, and then see what it says.
Yeah, only thing I disagree with, everyone doesn't have a past. Some women are good, but the people who do have a past, who's been, out in these streets, look, you got to tell them, there's no way he's going to be at your wedding. This kid is going to be, this man that you used to mess with is going to be the godfather to your kids.
That's happened. That happens.
How could you not tell him?
Yo, that happened.
What do you think, Carmen? You're a woman.
He says as he stutters, I think.
I didn't want to say the wrong thing.
Yeah.
I think I have so many questions. I'm like, one, how long were they hooking up for? Two,
That's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. The length of the time. You did it once.
Yeah.
It's
See,
enough.
I disagree.
For a guy, probably.
Yeah, but then that's like a male insecurity thing that she can't.
Yeah.
What?
She can't control.
What? Men aren't insecure.
No, never. What?
I've never met a man that was insecure.
Never in my
We're
life.
always secure.
Infamously insecure.
We're
No, I think
always
because I'm like,
secure.
if we hooked up for 2 to 6 months and then it didn't work out, you've probably fully moved on. Also, women invest emotionally, like more quickly and intensely, and then like it just like switches. So I think if she's really feeling this guy, it sounds like she has no feelings for this person who's left. So
and then how recent was it? Was it recent or was it like in the past? Like, oh yeah, like we hooked up in college and you're 10 years later. It's just like
Who
that doesn't
cares?
even matter.
Well, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. I think you guys are asking questions that are completely irrelevant to the situation. You have sex with this person one time.
Well, she
It doesn't
said
matter.
once. She said there's a guy in the photo you once
Hooked up
messed
with.
around with.
but
No,
once
once
messed
is a
around
time.
is a
It's a
period.
time.
It's a
It's a
period.
period.
Okay,
It's a
yeah,
period.
fair enough,
Yeah,
fair
it's an
enough.
era.
But
Yeah.
once does sound like a while ago.
Right?
Once is
Yeah.
once upon a
I
time.
don't care
But
the
then
time.
the thing
I don't
is-
care the time. Because here's what happens.
Here's
How
how
did
it
I
go?
hooked up with someone 10 years
Let me
ago?
see. This is the problem with women. They don't listen. Let me bring you into a man's world. Because a lot of women listen to the Adulthood podcast, and you know what's the number one thing they say?
What's that?
They say that it's nice to be brought into a man's mind.
This is a man's world.
But it wouldn't be nothing without a woman.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Here's the problem. It's not a thing about insecurity. The problem is if you don't beat the guy to the punch, the guy might beat you to the punch. And if he tells his friend that he hooked up with you before you tell him, then it's done.
That's
Yeah.
You're a liar and you can't be trusted.
Totally.
You have to beat him to the punch.
Control the narrative.
Control the
Yes.
narrative.
Yes.
It's like the media. You got to spin it.
Yeah.
yeah.
So when he goes to tell his boy's gonna be like, I already
know.
She told me.
She told me.
And then his boy's gonna be like, oh, good. But then he gonna think like, oh, damn, she's solid. She a real one. Because she ain't have to tell you and she told you. You
Yeah.
always have to tell him. And also, it's fine. I was joking about him leaving you. He's not gonna leave you. It's fine. This happens a lot. This happens before. Guys don't care that much. I know the narrative is that like men care and you don't mess with like your boy's girl. But if you messed with a girl years ago before COVID and y'all messed around for a little while and you
BC.
Yeah.
both moved on and now she looks
Freak
better, you gotta look better than you did when you messed
When you
with
was
the other
outside.
guy.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
100%.
You have to look better.
Yeah.
If you don't look better, then that's a problem for me. That's a
great.
problem for any guy. If you look better now, no guy's gonna care.
No.
Because it's gonna be like, bro, you had her at a 6
And now she's a 10.
and now she's a 6.5.
Right.
Let's be realistic.
Right?
You
Right.
know, she got a little bit better, which is nice. Because it shows that I pull better women than you do.
But the insecure thing is, sometimes it depends on the level of the friendship of the guys too. Because you don't want him to be like, oh, word, yeah, I taught her that. Because then it's gonna be a fight. Because some guys they ain't,
But if we're being honest, men don't generally do this, especially if you're real boys.
Yeah.
Like if you real boys, like you ask each other, like, yo, I'm talking to this girl, you used to talk to her. Does it mean anything to you? And if he's honest, but men will lie a lot, but
That's
he should
true.
be honest. And if it bothers him, say it bothers you. And if it doesn't, be like, bro, go ahead. You got to understand, Ross let Joey date Rachel. This tells you everything you need to know. This tells you everything you know
took
about
it to the
life.
perk.
No, you're right.
The perk.
Ross
But-
let Joey date Rachel.
You bring up,
And he caught them. Joey didn't come to him first.
bro.
He caught them.
You bring up a very good point, and shout out to her, shout out to listening. But like, there's a lot of friend groups where it is like inside dating, where
A
it's
lot.
just been like, oh yeah, you dated, and I liked her, and then you like it. It happens.
Well, I'm also just like, yeah, at a certain point, everybody's over the dating apps. We're all dating friends of friends. There's going to be.
not all of us.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
some of us aren't comedians
Are you
with
a
a public
Ryan?
presence.
Some of us,
Yo, Ryan.
some of us have decorum.
What is it, Raya?
Ryan didn't accept me.
Oh, you got turned down?
I'm on Raya.
Huh?
I'm on Raya.
You are?
I'll refer you.
It's gonna be a second strikeout.
Well, Ryan accepts all women.
Oh.
Believe all women.
Oh,
Whoa.
okay.
They want it to be full of chicks. So the standard for women are lower than there is for men on Raya. I'm good though. I don't want to do the dating ass, bro.
There you go.
I don't know how to do the dating ass.
Yo, when I was on it back in the day, I struck out. I did not get like one swipe back.
I remember
Really?
you saying that.
I do.
Did you
much-
put your height in it?
No, I didn't.
See, that's your
That's
problem.
what I
Yeah.
was doing.
You got to put your height or like a photo of you standing next to Johan. Really show like superiority, of,
Okay.
like your
okay,
manliness.
Okay. Well, it's too late for that.
Yeah, now it's done. Now it's
That
done.
ship has sailed a long time ago.
Yo, Adulterers, just a quick reminder. Don't forget to set your TVs on October 24th because I'm going to be making my 4th appearance on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon on NBC at 11:30 p.m. Tune in.
I'll be there.
I got a question.
Talk to me.
And I'm going to ask you the question straight up. And
Yes.
if you give me an honest answer, and if the honest answer, if you don't want it out there, we'll delete this part of the podcast.
We're going to give t-shirts out?
No, we'll delete this
Oh.
part of the podcast. This
Yes.
is for real.
Yes.
I just want you to tell me the truth.
Yes.
Because I've been asking this question to men.
Mm.
Would you leave your partner if I could give you $5 million right now into your bank account,
No.
but you have to leave your partner and never speak to them again?
Absolutely not.
Right.
Yes.
Hmm.
I would not leave.
Why?
Because she's amazing and like we have a real, you know, when all of that cliche stuff where it's just like that's my best friend and like that stuff is cliche because it's true.
All right. We'll
And-
clip that part and send it to your lady. But let's talk honestly. Let's talk for real. No, but I knew you were gonna say no. I knew you were gonna
I
say
don't
no.
think your number's high enough.
Oh,
My
whoa.
body count?
Hey,
Wait, no, I meant the number.
money.
5 million. I was like, if you came at him with 100 million, what?
I was like, you must be
Damn,
underestimating
Carter,
how
you trying to
famous
throw
I
me
am.
you trying to throw me
Oh
under
my
the bus?
God, no.
You
Jesus.
trying to throw me
I'm a
under the
lady.
bus?
No, I'm saying I think you're the monetary value is too much or too little.
$5 million?
Like I'm saying, if you were presented with 100 million,
That's
100 million. 100, but I
now
wanted,
he's sweaty.
but I wanted to keep it. I wanted to keep it realistic because I also don't think. I think at 100 million, I don't think he'll do it anyway. Or what I think he'll do is try to take it and then finesse his way to get back to his girl anyway.
Of course. She'll be so down. She'll be like, why are you even still talking to me?
If somebody offers my partner $100 million to leave me and they don't, I'll leave my partner because you don't make sound financial decisions.
decisions. Exactly.
And I don't want to be with somebody that's willing to squander away
$100 million.
dollars.
Exactly. Like that's the point. That's why I would turn down the 5 because she'd be like, look, this is how we're gonna do it. I'm gonna change my number. I'm gonna move. You stay in New York for like 18 months and then we'll reconvene. Like
With
it'll
his
be
protection.
a total, like we'll be in sync, like Justin Timberlake. Like that's how, you know what I mean? But for the 5 million, nah.
But I was having this conversation because I think, and I have a theory, I think generally speaking, most men that you ask that love their partner and are happy with their partner will say no.
No.
But I don't think most women will say no.
Oh. That's
Call in if you have an answer to this. Let's up it 5. Let's make it 10.
10.
Would you leave your partner? Can we throw this up as a
I was going to do a single clip.
as a single
Yeah.
clip? Would you leave your partner if right now somebody came up to you, a very wealthy man, and said, "I will give you," or a woman? Women have money, you know, they get divorced from millionaires.
They find
And
out
have money. If a millionaire walked up to you right now and offered you $10 million to leave your partner and never speak to them again, literally disappear from it, and if you were found to speak to them again, you would go to prison. I'm doing a hypothetical.
you gotta up it. There you go.
Would you leave your partner for $10 million
That's a great question.
and never speak to them again?
Yeah.
I think most men will say no. And I think with women, it's 50-50.
You know what? Does age depend? Like, does age matter? And the reason why I bring that up is because, like, my homeboy, who's like one of my mentors, he's a little bit older than
I
me.
thought I was your mentor.
He's a little bit older than me. He was saying that, yo, the dating pool right now, after you reach a certain age, is dirt terrible. It's terrible. And he's just like, honestly, like, he's single. He just broke up with, you know, he basically just got a divorce. He's like, what, 18 months out of a divorce. And like, he's single. And he's the single friend now where all his friends that are in relationships, their partners are like, oh, don't hang out with him anymore. And he's like, yeah, he's having fun, but it's not the same. And like, he's like, it's very eye-opening because he's at a certain level where he's just like, yeah, it's fun and I'm outside, but it's like, I'm lonely. I'm like, damn, like, wait a minute. First of all, you're being wild vulnerable. I don't know if I'm like at this level of maturity to
Right.
handle this
To hear that
conversation.
another
That's
man's
number
lonely,
one.
yeah,
Number two, I'm
that's
like,
making
damn,
me
like,
uncomfortable.
yeah, like, that's crazy. Like, he's just like, yeah, you know, like, me and my girl, we broke up. We didn't work it out, but we got kids together. You know, I can't see my kids all the time. And it's just like, it's cool to have a partner. I'm like, damn, I don't know if I have enough, what is it, EQ to handle this conversation. So that's why I bring it,
bandwidth.
Emotional, what is it?
Whatever the
Emotional
Q and
intelligence?
IQ
Yeah.
is.
Oh yeah.
Emotional
EI?
Quota.
That's Nelly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emotional quotient.
It's like the
Yeah.
there's IQ, which is like your
Yeah.
brain intelligence.
Yeah.
EQ is like your
Emotional
emotional
intelligence.
intelligence.
So that's why I bring it to you.
I never heard of this.
Yeah, but that's why I bring it to you. What do you think about that?
Well, I don't subscribe to the narrative when somebody tells me a dating pool is bad. I
agree.
I think dating is inherently supposed to be bad. It's not supposed to be good. There's no place you go that the people are like, dating here is great. I'm on a new great date every day, because if you were on a great date, you would continue dating that person and then you would be in a relationship and out the dating pool. So there's no world of like dating is great, because if dating is great, why do you continue to keep dating? If dating is great, you would find your person and get out the game. So if you're in the game, it's inherently, it's like baseball. If you strike out 7 times and get 3 hits, you're an all-star. 3 out of 10 is an all-star. Same thing with dating. Like, it's not supposed to be great. It's supposed to be bad. And you find your person and you get out.
Yeah, that's why I think Hinge's slogan is like one of the best I've heard in a while. Like the app designed to be deleted.
Yeah.
So good.
That's a great slogan.
Genius.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good slogan. I think that I meet so many people who are single who struggle with that. We're like thinking that the dating pool is so bad. It's like, yeah, these are the leftovers. You're 40 something years old. What do you expect to find? Good people who are 40 and not tied down? Be realistic.
You're not gonna tie me down.
Also, I'm a firm believer in the mindset shift of like, he's obviously going through a difficult time of transition. Like, what do you want for yourself that you didn't have in your partnership? Like, did you want to be in the gym more? Are you into concerts? Did you want to go fly to LA to see the Mets play? Like, what do you want out of this chapter?
Do you want to have random sex with young 20-somethings?
Which would be inappropriate in a marriage and isn't now.
Right. And now is recommended.
On the table.
Yeah. It's recommended. So you need to weigh your options.
You got to, what is it within?
And from his feedback is that the women are more aggressive than the men. I mean,
women are very aggressive.
Like in the sense of they approach him. He's like, he feels used.
Well, how tall is he?
Aww.
What, 6'2"? He's feeling used.
Well, they should have been shorter.
They just eat him up.
He wouldn't have that problem.
They just like come over, do your thing, and like he's like, "Oh, you want to hang out?" And they're like, "No." I'm like, "Whoa, this is
he
crazy."
should try. You know what? Now I'm mad at him because he should try being 5'7". If this is the complaints that he have, too many women approaching him, too many women trying to take him out. He's just trying to have lunch, and women are coming up trying to have sex with him. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Life is so difficult.
They're not trying to take him out. They're not even trying to hang out.
Oh, even I'm very sorry that you have to go through this. APM's friend. I wish we could help. How could we help?
Yo,
how could we have less pussy thrown at you? Is there any way we could do that for him?
Crazy.
Where does he live?
In New York.
New York?
Yeah.
And how old is he?
He's 42.
He's killing. I mean, he's going through a transitional period right now, and any transitional period is tough. He just needs to find his groove. And once he finds his groove, he's gonna kill it.
Yeah.
Come on, he's 42. He's divorced. How many kids?
2.
Women love a divorced man with kids. Because it shows you responsible. You could go on dates, blame everything on your wife. They feel sympathy for you. You talk about you can't see your kids. It's nice.
I think what he was saying also too is that like it's a range. It's like the ones that he like kind of wants to build something with. They just want to use him and keep it pushing. And
use him for sex?
Yes. And then the ones that he's just like, I'm not really into you. They start to get clingy from the first date. So he's just like he's in like almost like purgatory.
Yeah, listen, I'm sure there's a ton of men right now that listen to this podcast that could relate with the trauma of having a bunch of puss thrown at you and you not having the time to fulfill all the needs of the puss being constantly shoved into your face. You're right. But to those guys, I'll say, shut up. Okay, shut up. Yeah,
privilege,
shut up.
Privilege. Is that hype privilege?
Shut up. That's what I would say. Shut up. Too many women want you. They don't want you to take them out. They just want you for sex.
Yeah.
He'll be fine. He'll go find his groove. He'll be
all right.
He'll be good.
Well,
a man in his 40s. I feel like a man in his 40s is if you're not married in your 40s, is good. You're like.
I feel like I have a lot of friends because we're all in our late 20s, a lot of friends dating young 40s men. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, nothing. I mean, white women, I'm pretty sure those are most of your friends. And they
don't assume that. Don't assume that.
They love to date a man in their 40s.
But are these young 40s, are they like post-divorce, or are they like been single the whole time? Or are they like
not a lot of
bachelors?
divorces, but a lot of like I got out of a long-term that
relationship.
maybe would have been a marriage and
Okay.
then just
It
it
just
didn't
didn't go
work
well.
out.
Okay.
Which probably has its own issues.
Right.
But I think it's very hot to a young 20s girl because they've typically got a little bit more money. They probably have a nicer apartment.
Women don't care about money. Let's not
Let's not
put out there. Let's not put that out there. This is not this type of podcast. It's not fresh and fit.
That's not what they're looking for.
Right. Women
Right.
don't care about finances.
No.
It's
Not
classic
at
me
all.
just working against the feminist agenda.
Yeah. Yeah. This is why we're here, because we're the only two men on the internet defending women.
It's
And standing
brave
up,
what you guys
That's
do.
what we do.
standing up for them.
Independence.
So
You know?
how, like, early 40s or late?
Early 40s. I think once it gets to like past the 45 mark, I'm stressed out. But I think like 42 is hot. I'm like, I would do that date no problem.
I could see that.
Speaking about 45.
Go ahead.
No, I'm making a whole topic shit.
I was gonna say 42, like a 42-year-old man dating a 29-year-old. That's not like
That's
even
not-
a gap.
Not crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could go lower.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. He's settling.
Yeah. 45 is when you start getting colonoscopies.
Yeah.
Actually, just got one at 35.
You got a colonoscopy?
Yes.
Oh man,
wow.
I've been trying to get one for a while. They won't let
I
me get
actually
it.
got expedited.
They won't let me get it. Does it run in your family?
Yeah, that's why I got
Really?
it. Yeah.
Who
my actual dad had colon cancer.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I had
Really?
to get the screen. Yeah.
But did he catch it in time?
Yeah. He caught it. He beat it. He got treated for it. But like, I been not feeling good. So I went to the doctor, and the doctor was just like, you know what? I think we should do this just to make sure everything is, that to rule that out. And I was just like, damn, I'm at that level now where I gotta get a colonoscopy, bro.
Now let me ask you,
Yeah.
did your dad did he get it young?
Yeah, he did.
Oh.
He got it young. So that's why she was just like,
Yeah.
okay, you know what? She said, shout out to my doctor. I'm not gonna put her name out there, but she was just like, it would be ill-advised of me to let you go on in life without doing this. So
Yeah.
like, okay, you know what? It's preventative medicine, so let's do it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's tough sometimes. Insurance companies won't.
Yeah, they won't cover it.
They won't
especially-
cover it,
Yeah, if
yeah.
you don't fall in. But
Chadwick Boseman.
really,
That's his name?
Yeah.
Chadwick
Yeah.
Boseman?
yeah, Wakanda.
Wakanda, yeah.
Yeah, there's a national not recall, but basically like in the medical society, because you weren't supposed to get colonoscopies until you were in your 50s. Like
Yeah.
in 50 they would mandate it, and the new mandate is now 45.
Right.
And like when I went for my visit, she was just like, you know what? There's a lot of people who they could have been saved if they had come earlier.
Of course.
So
I mean,
that's-
everyone.
That's why she pushed me to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, basically everyone. We're coming up in 7 days on the 3-year anniversary of my mom passing. My mom
Rest in
passed from
peace.
colon cancer.
Rest in peace.
Wow.
Yeah, she was diagnosed with stage 4, and it's a real thing. But it's you have a good doctor, because a lot of doctors don't even, especially for you being young, they won't push you to it.
They
You
won't.
kind of have to be your own advocate.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how is it? How's the problem? I mean, they put you to sleep.
They
Is your,
put you to
is your
sleep.
ass weird? What's going on?
It's a little. It was a little weird afterwards, but
Yeah.
the night before, oh my god! Shout out again. That's why I'll turn down that $5 million.
Oh, you had to drink. You had to drink the drink.
the drink, and
Yeah.
it's 2 doses, and my wife,
It's tough.
I mean, my girl, she had to like literally like stick with
Her
me
finger?
throughout.
Oh.
No, whoa, that's crazy.
Oh, I don't know.
Not
I
into
don't know
that.
how it works.
That happens at 40. She had to
I don't know how that works.
She had to be in the same vicinity while all of that was going on, and I'm just like, man, I lit candles. I put my charger in the bathroom. I had like a whole environment. I put a pillow there, and it's all night. Like it's just
No, getting a
not pretty.
colonoscopy, I hear, is like preparing for anal sex. You got to really clear yourself out. You know,
I
you can't have
was
nothing.
clear.
Yeah, you can't have nothing in there.
I was
But the
definitely
actual
clear.
procedure's not bad, right?
20
You just-
minutes.
Oh, they put you to sleep.
And then they give you all cookies and apple juice.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay.
And no polyps.
No polyps, thank God.
That's good. That's good.
I was nervous.
Yeah, I mean, even if they found polyps, that's fine. They can just remove them.
They could
But
remove them, but like everything was clear.
yeah.
Yeah. So
I think I mean, I've been trying to get one. My doctor keeps he keeps going, back and forth. He's like, wait till I'm 35. So I guess maybe I'll get one next
you
year.
got a year.
I'm 34.
Give it a year.
My mom, she wasn't diagnosed young though. She was in her 60s.
Mm.
So
Wow.
she had got colonoscopies before, but it's just you got to keep getting them. It's not
Yeah.
just once.
So the protocol is every 10 years.
Yeah.
So was she doing every 10 years or?
Yeah, I think her last one was probably 10 years, but
10
then
years before?
because COVID had hit and it threw everything off. So for like 2 years you couldn't get it, and I think she would have been due during COVID to get it
Damn.
again.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, but she presented in stage 4 anyways, which at that point it's not much.
There's not much.
There's not much left to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, no. I always tell people, especially October is like Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but March is Colon Cancer Awareness Month, and I always tell people like to urge their parents to get
Get checked up.
especially if you have immigrant parents who don't believe in modern medicine.
Yeah.
So you got to really tell them. And my mom was not that. My mom super believed in medicine. She was a borderline hypochondriac. Like always, she would go to the doctor, because she had a headache. So it just that sometimes you trust in doctors way too much.
Yeah, that's true.
And it doesn't work out that way. So how long? I mean, after how long are you weird for?
No, I'm back fine.
No, I'm saying like the day of.
Oh, the day of. Honestly, like because you're cleared out, you got a lot of gas. I was a little gassy, and then maybe for like 8 hours, you can't do anything. I was still high after for like 4 hours.
Oh, because drowsy?
Starving?
I was starving. Yeah.
Did you feel like violated? Like stuff was off?
No,
No?
it wasn't like a Diddy party.
Yeah. No, because you go to sleep and you generally don't know what happens there.
You don't.
You know?
I had a really good doctor. They were playing like, that's kind of crazy. They were playing like R&B.
Back that ass up?
No, more like Barry White in there. I don't know if she was trying to set a tone. Not just playing. Nah, honestly, she was just like, everything's clear. So like once that pressure and like that nervousness was released, she's just like, you can go eat what you want, because prior you have to basically go on a fast, so it's a liquid diet. So 24 hours before, like all I had was yogurt the day before for breakfast, and then I had to drink bone broth.
Okay, influencer.
I
Bone
know,
broth.
right?
Yeah. That's really popular right now, right?
Oh my God.
Is it?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually not as like a singular meal, but like if you're ever making something where you like use chicken stock, replace it. It's so good.
Really?
Yeah.
I was on a date one time and the girl was trying to order bone broth, and I'm like, we're at Peter Luger's right now. if you was gonna order bone broth, you should have just told me earlier. I would have brought you, water.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
I just
A
brought you
chicken
water.
bone.
Yeah, I would have brought you a chicken bone. I'm like, they don't have bone broth here. This is a steakhouse.
Yeah.
I don't think I could be taken to a date at a steakhouse, because like if I get the privilege of going to a steakhouse, like I'm
glad
gonna
You're
do
gonna
it.
eat.
I'm glad you realize
You
it's a
have
privilege.
to eat.
What? It is a privilege.
Wait, what do you
have to
mean?
eat.
I don't bring you there for you not to eat.
That's what I'm saying. To order bone broth on
Oh,
a date,
oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
it's gonna be ugly.
But-
Like I'm like doing it.
Here's
yeah.
the thing. Here's the thing that like about steakhouse dates. Just be prepared to know that like there's no sex happening afterwards, because like I need to process all of that. Like
It's a lot
I'm
of
getting,
raw meat.
Yeah, it's a lot of
Yeah, a lot
raw
of,
meat.
like-
I'm getting the what is it? The porterhouse. I'm doing the truffle butter.
Yeah.
Please do not expect me to be knocking it out the park afterwards. Like we're gonna have to take care of this the next day. I'm at that age now.
Heard.
I can't be, doing all of the 360 lifts and stuff after.
You do 360 lifts?
I used to for my arthritis hit, but especially now, like, nah, forget about it. Like, we'll reconvene on Tuesday if we go out on Sunday. Like,
Let me ask you guys this.
Yeah.
Please.
What's your favorite steakhouse side?
You're not gonna
that's
like
a
mine.
great question. Asparagus?
I like asparagus, but
What is it?
it's fries.
Really?
I mean,
That's not
that's
bad.
like pretty popular
You
now.
were right.
No, I know women don't like that.
That's not
women.
Well, I
don't,
like a steak frites.
women generally don't like men to be happy, and fries bring me happiness. So
That's your
I
comfort
would
place?
see, so I would see why it would bother her.
I'm going mac and cheese. I definitely got to do the mac and cheese with the. I go for it. I'm going with the lobster mac and cheese.
Yeah.
I'm doing
I don't
the
eat cheese.
asparagus. This is why.
Word. No dairy or what's up?
No, I
with
just don't
that?
like cheese.
He's not a,
I really just don't like
not a
the
cheese
taste of it.
person.
Cheese is weird. It is weird. Like what is it? It's like this thing. It's like it could be creamy.
I think that
melts.
about yogurt. I can't think about yogurt too
Yogurt's
much. I'm
weird
like,
too.
I don't like a thing
Yogurt-
about that. And I eat
yogurt is
Greek yogurt
different.
like every morning.
Yogurt's
Too,
weird.
And it's definitely very weird.
Like what is this
What's
cream?
your favorite steakhouse?
I got a couple of them.
We should do a steakhouse tour.
There, in New York, there's if Hoff Studios will fund it,
I'm here.
because it's $1,000.
For your
yeah.
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Start with the Mets tickets.
I
then
still
we'll
got to
just keep
pay that
rolling.
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I might bet on the opposite team today just so I could either make my money or be
Dude,
happy,
it's
just to
bread.
find
Can I-
happiness.
Can I ask you guys on
Please.
sports betting? So I know, and you guys are going to roll your eyes when I use this reference point, but like I obviously follow Drake on Instagram because I'm me.
Mhm.
And he always, before any big sports game, like posts his stake screenshot and he's betting like
$1 million.
$100,000, whatever. is Stake like a DraftKings app, or like what is it? And is he like, is it a hack, or like is he promoting it? Like
He's promoting
He's
it.
promoting.
He got to
Okay.
deal with them.
Yeah.
He got to deal with them.
Interesting.
They probably give him a line.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he bets on it, and
More people
he'll
will
like, I'll
download.
post for it for you
Yeah.
too, and if it hits, you take the winnings.
Yeah.
Copy.
Yeah,
Okay.
because he does like, he'll go live and be doing like stake betting.
Okay.
Yeah.
On any given game, like in this series for the Mets, how much do you guys think is too much to bet on the Mets winning?
$1,
What? Okay.
unless you want to lose that dollar. I wouldn't risk it. I wouldn't toss it. The way Fandom and them works, usually you don't do straight up bets. It's not like I bet $10, win $10.
Yeah.
What you want to
It's
do
quote
is,
unquote parlays.
well, a parlay is a part of it, but you want to take odds. So there'll be like
2-1.
there'll be like plus 200 that the Mets score 4 runs today,
Yeah.
and you'll bet on that.
Okay.
Or you could take the money line, which is like just betting straight up that they're gonna win. But usually that just depends who's up on it, who's favorite.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who does Vegas think is gonna win? And then
Yeah.
if you take a heavy underdog, you could make some money, but I'd rather make your money stretch and put it like on a parlay on some side bets other than
Yeah.
like a straight up bet.
Copy.
Yeah.
Unless you're really confident in your team, and sometimes that works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't like. I'm not a big bettor. I don't like betting.
Neither am I.
I don't like
I
betting.
work too hard for this money. I'd rather
Yeah, I have a
blow it on
lot of
steak.
friends who are into it, and I'm like, I just feel like,
Well, I mean, all of my friends are literally professional gamblers.
Gamblers,
that
yeah,
lose
I have
every
friends who
single
are
time.
full blown bookies.
Yeah, they lose every single time. It's almost to the time where I'm like, send me in your bets and I'll take the opposite.
Yeah, literally.
And
That's a good
like, I'm gonna
strategy.
play it this way because you lose so much
Literally.
that I think that if I played the opposite, then I would win.
That's a great strategy.
That's
Yeah,
an
that's-
incredible
They're so
strategy.
confident in it.
That's
too.
my
like,
strategy.
no, he's gonna win. They're
Yeah.
gonna win tonight. They're gonna pull it. Like,
Yeah.
How do you know?
The problem with the betting is that it gives you a win like every 3 weeks. So you'll lose
You're hooked.
$3,000.
It's like a Vegas slot machine.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah, so you'll lose
Okay.
$3,000 and then you'll hit for 700 and you'll be like, I'm coming back,
I'm on
baby.
a hot streak.
Then
I'm
you
on a
lose
hot
another
streak.
3,000 and then now
No.
you're at the corner begging for money so you could buy milk for your kids.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boys.
Big shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd rather blow that money on self-care.
Like what?
Like IV drips, hand and feet treatment.
Yeah, also
massages.
gambling don't give me the thrill that I give other people. Some people really need the
They
thrill.
really need that.
Yeah.
You can spot, it's like weird. Like even like my first Vegas trip I took like in my early 20s, I was like, oh wow, we've got some gambling addicts amongst
In your
us. Like
crew?
people who
Girls?
cannot walk. Yeah.
Girls?
Oh my
They're
God.
usually men.
No, some of my girlfriends who cannot walk away from a blackjack table. I'm
Really?
like, Jesus.
Really?
Yeah.
Blackjack could be fun.
Oh my God, it's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's a group, even you get like peripheral excitement if your friend wins,
Win.
even if you've lost.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
feels like you're winning as a team.
The first time I sat down at a blackjack table, where was it? It was in Connecticut. No, it was in Massachusetts at the MGM Casino. And I had just like been watching and I learned how to play and I sat down and I made like $800
What?
like the first time. And it was like I was high fiving
count
people.
cards?
Like everybody was like,
They're giving you the
Best
drink.
friend.
yeah, bro. It was like casino. I was like, I went and changed. I came back in a tuxedo. I was there. I was
People walking
doing
you
it.
to the table.
I
White
left.
top.
I went up
Yeah.
800. I went up 800. I left the table with like 500. And then the next morning, when I was checking out, I came back down, lost another 300, and then I left with 200,
200.
which was still like solid.
You up?
Yeah.
That's a dinner.
Yeah, I since then have lost way more than that gambling. But that's what gambling is. I don't mind as long as you go into gambling knowing that you're gonna lose. You're saying I'm paying $200 to play blackjack. That's fine.
This is how
Yeah.
much I'm going to spend on
Yeah,
gambling.
this is. I'm not trying to make my rent on this blackjack table.
Yeah, I have a friend who he was teaching abroad in Thailand and he was so poor they like went to Singapore on a trip and the only way he could fly back to the town in Thailand is if he made the money gambling.
Oh my goodness.
And he made it back at blackjack and apparently
Is that what he told you?
what? No, that I knew
He
people
made
who
it back
were,
at blackjack.
Especially in Thailand.
I know. He's one of those
Whoa.
Thai bathhouses
I know I'm like going to the hangover part 2 in my head.
giving back rubs.
Right?
Okay, noted. Well, the story is he wanted a
The story, I'm sure. I'm sure he's a great blackjack
He's
player.
walking on somebody's back.
Yeah.
I would walk on somebody's back for money.
I feel like women have so many like
Things that they'll do for money?
opportunities. No, ways that they can make money.
Oh yeah.
Like I know we talked about this before, but like the feet thing is like coming back big. And I have a homegirl. She was just like, you know what? Honestly, it's about to be the holiday season. She's about to get these feet pics out. I'm like, go get your money, sis. Go get your money.
Well, women, I mean, one of the most fascinating things is like some women make money doing phone sex.
That's the thing now. That's
Like,
bad.
Yeah, people do that. Like you could call in and they'll just like you just be talking sexy stuff over the phone and people send you, $250.
Bro, phone sex.
What's wrong with that?
But phone sex
Sex
in
work
the
is
AI
work.
generation is crazy. Like, what kind of old men are like? I'm gonna call. Let me call a
Old
hotline.
men.
Let me call a
Phone
hotline.
sex is crazy.
It's crazy.
I particularly, this is a podcast about honesty. I particularly myself have never been great at phone sex.
That's so
Even when I did it like,
in the 2000s.
yeah, when I did it,
In the 2000s.
as a hobby.
In Y2K.
Y2K.
Yeah, so I don't even know.
Free nights and
Like,
weekends. Like what?
what do you say?
That's crazy. What do you say? Like
Somebody leave us a phone sex message.
Oh,
We won't play. We won't
play
say
it.
who you are.
Yeah.
But just leave us your sexiest phone sex
For
message.
research.
Yeah, for
347.
research, and we'll grade it. So you just send it to
378.
us. We won't out you. We won't say who it is. You make up a name on the call. Say this is whatever Jennifer, and give us your best phone sex. 30 seconds of phone sex, and we'll play it to see. Because I'm trying to think. I never heard a woman say something
That
like
made
over the
you-
phone,
I'm like,
and I was like,
oh,
I need to send her $200
right now. Like I'm getting a bulge. Like
What do
that's
they
crazy.
say? I mean, what is like? I guess they sound like, "Oh, what are you wearing?" I'm sorry, I just made everyone uncomfortable.
That's crazy. Yeah.
I apologize.
HR. My thing is like that.
Not
has
even. I'm talking about the listeners.
Oh, okay.
I don't care about you guys.
Oh, thanks. My thing is though, like it has to only work for like older millennials and up, right? Like all these kids now that like basically grow up with phones in their hands, like what's phone sex gonna do for them? Nothing.
I don't even be knowing what like phone text. Yeah, I mean sex.
Sexting?
Text sex.
You sound 85.
Text sex. I don't know.
But is it sexting? That's what they call it?
But this is what happens when you date a 42-year-old. That's the thing. A lot of women think it's like nice and cute, so he don't know what
What you
TikTok
doing
is.
Yeah.
Then you sitting here explaining to him,
Right?
explaining to your 42-year-old man how TikTok works.
Yep.
And now I got you missing that young thing you had.
And then he sends you videos and his face isn't even in
Yeah.
it. Like, that's crazy.
They send you videos like this. You're like,
but it-
how you getting the under of your chin
His glasses.
on the video?
Yeah.
Like this is not like old man. They be posting selfies like this,
Yep.
this close.
Right in there.
I'm like, why is it so close?
Do you think that we should put out a tutorial for old men who date young ladies?
No, I think old men who date young ladies are winning. They need to put out a
They're
tutorial
winning?
for us.
Mhm.
Teach us how to do it.
I feel
Who
like
are we to
that's-
tell them anything?
I feel like that's a little bit, not creepy, but like you have to stay in the know, right? Like you shouldn't be 44, 45 on a TikTok talking about like, did you repost my...
I'm not gonna be in the know. I'm barely in the know now.
I'm not...
I give up.
And I'm outside. I'm
Yeah.
like pseudo outside. I have no idea about anything.
I don't know what's going on.
I think there's a new genre of music called sexy drill. Like I just learned
Oh,
about
I think
that.
I know that because I listen. I'm one of the few people that listen to the radio still.
I'm a DJ.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's
Oh yeah. Sexy drill. Sexy drill's kind of fun.
Is it?
It's fun. Yeah.
The
Yeah,
menu,
yeah, son. Yeah. That's what they be saying.
right?
But
Shout out
yeah, no,
Cass.
I don't know anything.
No.
And I think after a certain age,
You're not supposed to.
well, I think women after a certain age, I think they're attracted to that. I think they want a man who's like, I don't think women necessarily want a man who knows the latest trends on TikTok.
I would much prefer a man who's out of touch than a guy who is on social media because I know exactly what he's following from experience. Like
What is it?
Mm-hmm.
Butt models?
Instagram baddies, TikTok baddies. Like, and on TikTok, there's, just full blown. On everything now, it's just like a ton of pornography, which
There's porn on TikTok?
Everything. And
yeah,
everywhere.
tease it. Oh my God.
Yeah.
On Instagram, and like like whatever, do what you're going to do on your own time. I just think like I'm super unattracted to like, if you're talking to a guy and you see him liking certain things, like that's just like, you're embarrassing me. I don't want to know.
Is it embarrassing or is it insecurity?
I think it's embarrassing if a friend will bring it up and be like, whatever. Or I've had a friend like screenshot a picture of something and then like his name's like
All
liked
on it, all
by
of the likes.
X and
Why?
I feel
Why did they do that?
like it.
No, why did they send you a picture of a screenshot of your partner liking something else, liking somebody's picture?
Probably like to be like, got him. What do you mean?
I don't think a friend should do that. What do you think?
That's disrupting happiness.
Yeah, I think you're
That's looking
disrupting
for
happiness.
But I feel like we need to bring up like a class action lawsuit against like all of these social media apps because like one, you click one big booty picture and now your whole feed is just like, what is this?
Yeah.
It's starlets. It's like, this is ridiculous. I actually don't want to look at this. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I've never liked a booty picture on Instagram in my
can't-
life, so I don't
yeah.
know about that. But
like even if you look, first of all, you're on your discovery page, and then like you might, it should be all Jordans and tech stuff for me, and then like
let me see what's on my discovery
one wagon comes on, it's just like, oh, that's crazy. The next thing you know, it's just like the whole thing is just like, this is actually kind of gross. Like, I really don't need to be seeing this. First of all of this is AI, all of this is BBL. It's just like, I really don't even, like, this is crazy. Like,
Yeah, and then you're gonna get in trouble
Yeah.
for like not even
Like-
asking for it.
And first of all, it's just like the truth. Like, let's be honest. For the first, like, can we just have honest conversation?
No.
Thank you. But like, she's looking for a baller. She's looking for an NBA player or something like that. So it's just like, unless you're calling the hotline for phone sex, like you have no chance with this person, right? So it's just like, can you just like remove yourself? I'm gonna have to just
Look
like
at my Explorer.
unfollow
It's not
and
bad.
block. It's not bad.
It's a lot of stand up.
Yeah, all stand up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like, you know what? I'm gonna start blocking women all on my IG because this is gross. Like, I don't want to look at this anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blame women.
I'm not gonna lie. I'd be doing that. I'd be like I'll like if baddies start popping up on my Explorer, I'll just put not interested.
Not interested. Yeah.
Because that's just gonna make me be on my phone a lot more. And then like I have friends who will like send hella baddies like throughout the day on our group chat.
See, men
You
do
gotta
that.
block
Men do
them
that
too.
too. Men
You
do
gotta
that
block
too.
them too.
and
Yeah.
like I'll go on them and I'll scroll and then I make sure immediately like to not like them because like you said the algorithm works so quick that if you like them
Way
like
too quick.
it'll start putting it on your Explorer.
I need
I'm
my
just like,
algorithm to let me know how to make $5 million.
I can't even follow them. Like
I'll tell you how you
like,
make $5 million.
Talk to me.
Get rid of your girl.
there you go.
Oh.
Yo, before we end this show, I have a story.
Oh, we got a
quick-
story.
just a quick
Story time. What
Just
we
a-
at in time?
We're at an hour.
All right.
if you
time
want
is
to
your
stay.
hard.
At the time. They like it when we give them a little extra.
Yeah.
Just a quick story.
Why you didn't tell us you had a story at the beginning?
Because you guys were rolling. I was like, whatever.
rolling,
And it's
bro.
pretty,
You always
it's
rolling.
pretty short. But so I was at the Cellar the other day, and
The Comedy Cellar.
yeah, and there was this comedian. He did a bit. Basically, he was saying how like people reach their breaking point in New York, usually like on the subway,
Mm-hmm.
and
I know who that is.
yeah, and I that same day on my way actually to the Cellar, something happened to me on the subway. So basically, I was on my way there. I was on the train. I was usually when I'm on the subway, I stand by the doors, and this guy was sitting to the right of me, and there was another guy sitting across from him. And we get to one stop on the subway, and that guy to the right of me stands up. And as he's walking out, he pulls something out of his pocket, like a little spray bottle, and he sprays something behind the dude's head that was sitting from across from him. I saw it. I was like, kind of, you know, when you see something, you're just like, it
Yeah.
takes a while to register.
Yeah.
I saw him do it, and I immediately thought to myself, I was like, did this motherfucker just spray some like stinky ass shit behind the dude?
Yeah.
Because the dude didn't like, he didn't look like,
Here's a question.
yeah.
Now, was it a freshener because the dude in front was
No.
smelling hot?
No.
'Cause that's
So-
happened to me too.
No,
Where it's
so
just like, I wish I could spray some because you didn't take a shower today.
nah, this
Okay.
dude looked like he had just gotten out of work, like, and he worked maybe in a kitchen
Mm.
because his like pants were dirty and shit.
So
like,
what do you
he, like-
spray?
So immediately once he got out the subway doors, the doors closed, and like 5 seconds later, it immediately started smelling like shit.
Oh,
Oh, it was one of those
Dude,
sprays that you
yeah.
could get out of
Yeah.
Spencer's.
yeah.
And
A
so
shit spray?
I saw the whole thing, and so when the smell started to creep up, I immediately knew what it was, and I opened the door and went into the other cart.
Okay.
But the dude, there was another guy that came in when that was happening, and he was like
He
sitting
walked
down,
into it.
and possibly, but we kind of looked at each other, and we were like, starting to kind of smell like shit. And I immediately went into the other subway, and I was like, yo, you got to be a certain type of sick person to like do that.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Johan. I think that's hilarious.
No, I thought it was
in
I
the
thought it was
grand
hilarious.
scheme of Subway shenanigans. Spraying a shit spray, it's not even top 10. I mean, I've literally seen people take full shits.
PG, right? Like,
I saw a person on the train take a full shit, like homegrown.
I mean,
this guy has the decency
to spray
it. I mean, he's honestly a gentleman. Like, if you really think about New York City subways, the fact that he didn't use personal shit
is PG.
It's pretty nice. That's how I know you're not a New Yorker, bro.
No, but like, why would you do that? Like, you're not with your friends.
Would
like,
you start jerking off on the A train?
Homeless
in the
people
middle
do that,
of homeless. I saw a guy in a suit. I thought he was coming from Wall Street. He was wearing a full suit.
Let him off.
I saw a video of this.
Ask any of your homegirls,
bro. I saw a video of this. I gotta find the video. Full suit. He looked like a finance bro. Pulls his dick out, starts jerking off in the middle of rush hour, and you worried about a spray.
A shit spray.
A Spencer shit spray.
That guy probably just forgot to take his meds and probably lost so much money in the stock market.
How much money you got to lose before you decide, you know what, I'm going for it?
Or he was on
dick is coming out. I don't care who's here.
He was on
I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this economy.
Yep.
5 million probably.
I got to let this out.
Damn job.
Yeah, I can't take it.
Yeah.
5 million probably.
Yeah.
This spray is not that bad.
In the grand scheme of things.
In the grand scheme of things, I guess you're right. It's not that bad, but it was like he didn't look crazy. Okay, yeah, I guess whatever I say at this point. You just said the Wall Street dude jerking and
letting it go. Yo, you know how many of my homegirls have said like they like basically like seen dudes just pull it out and just start. It's crazy. So like. You're literally on top of it right now.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're from New York, you come visit New York, you get on the train and you get on and get off, and you don't see a penis in the whole ride.
You blessed.
Look, you good.
Yep.
You had a good ride.
Yep.
You had a good ride. Yep. Like that was a good ride.
Yeah. You blessed.
That was solid.
Yeah.
That was a solid trip.
Yeah, I guess I just don't ride the subway as much, like because that was like probably like apart from like seeing somebody probably smoke crack like on the train, like. I thought that was like
smoke crack. I've seen heroin, injecting heroin.
I've never seen the heroin. Well,
I'd rather the spray
on the platform. On the platform.
One time I was on the train, and this was like years ago. It was like before COVID. A dude came on, and it was like it was like Showtime. You know, they do the Showtime dances. He tried to get everybody hype. Nobody was listening. Everybody like head down. Nobody was listening. I had my headphones on, head down. I'm like, okay, he gonna start doing the flips. He started doing the flips. No one's listening. No one paying attention. He was like, I bet. Starts taking off his clothes. Like goes like shirt off, pants off. Now he in the G-string. People kind of looking. He's twirling like on the thing. Nobody looking. Dick is out. I swear. Dick out. Now he's twirling on the thing. Now everyone watching. Now everyone like, pass the jar. We gonna give money. And you complaining about a shit spray.
I mean, I just thought it was disrespectful. I was like I didn't think it was crazy. I was like, yo, this shit is crazy. I'm like, why would you do that? The dude who's sitting across from him just didn't like,
bro.
It's not like they looked at each other crazy. It's not like.
Shout out to the Showtime Strangler.
But.
Bro, he was just naked till the next stop. Then got his clothes on and was like, fuck y'all.
Fuck this. I gotta get back to Thailand.
That's New York for you. It's like, I'm gonna try it the nice way. If you don't want to comply and give me money,
I got something for you.
I'm gonna take it up a notch.
Now my dick is out.
That's crazy. Yo, I saw a Showtime and the dude was doing it to like emo music. I was like, bro,
funny.
What are you doing? You
know
told
your
me
audience.
the purpose of this. It was in Queens. I'm like, is this what we doing in Queens? He was doing it to like Sarah McLachlan or something. Like, how you gonna be popping a locket to that?
Bro, I mean, I got a bit about this. I was on the train one time and the dude was doing Showtime and he kicked some dude in the face. No, that's not even the funny part. The dude gets up and he's like, that's the second time this week. I'm like, I'm like, you got kicked in the face twice this week?
Oh,
How does that happen? He was like, that's the second time this week.
That's crazy.
And everyone was like, yeah, that's unacceptable.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be happening twice in 1 week. Like the first time is a mistake.
You got some amateurs.
But the second time, that's personal. He's picking on you.
Bro, amateurs, bro.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's an episode. Woo!
Yeah.
Volume 80.
What?
Volume 80. Thank you guys for listening to the Adulthood podcast.
Yes.
Sunday, October 20th. Please like, subscribe, give us a thumbs up. Like the clips, share the clips. Love the clips. Adulthood podcast.
Woo!
Peace.